Hi, before you become a therapist, these are the truths no one prepares you for. Not your degrees, not your trainings, but if you don't understand this early, this profession can really take its toll on you. And I'm not joking. Hi, I'm Dr. Rajiv Naidu, a homeopath turned anxiety and trauma therapist practicing for last 2 decades, founder of Somakura, offering certification programs for applied somatic and hypnotherapy mastery programs. And in this video, I'm going to share with you 10 real raw truths about being a therapist, the kind you only learn after doing years of work in this field. If you're already into this field or you're planning to get into this, then you definitely need to hear this out. Truth number 1, you will be humbled. The first truth is that you will constantly realize that how much you don't know. Mental health is complex, families are complex, even physical health affects psychological well-being. And sometimes your treatment, your therapies won't work. That's not failure, that's work. And that's how it is. Grow up begins when you start learning from your uncertainty. Truth number 2, this work is deeply meaningful. Despite everything, this work is really powerful. You're working with and walking with people through their most difficult times in their lives, helping them find meaning, healing, direction. Now, this is not just a career, it's a privilege. Think about this. You are a part of someone's life getting transformed, and let that sink in. Truth number 3, it is going to take a toll on you. Therapists suffer, but they don't talk about, and it can happen to you too. This works impact your body and your mind too, because you're working with people, their emotions, their experiences, their feelings. Physically, there are long hours of sitting, limited movement, fatigue, and mentally, emotional exhaustion, vicarious trauma, compassion fatigue. If you don't regulate yourself, you will burn out. Self-care is not an option in this field. It's a must. Personally, I do a lot of self-work. I do my meditations, breathing exercises, Tai Chi and Qigong practices. Being a somatic therapist and a hypnotherapist, I practice body scanning, self-healing, emotional healing, and visualizations for health, harmony, and prosperity. Yes, for prosperity too. Truth 4 is getting into therapy yourself. Now, this is extremely important. Therapists too need therapy to keep themselves charged, energized, and empowered. Meet a therapist or have a group who truly listens, understand emotional depth, or hold space for each other. That support becomes your anchor. Having needs where you feel safe and not judged helps you to vent out and also develop emotional clarity and ease. In my early days, I too would undergo therapies and attend various workshops where emotional healing and mental clearing happened. But here, choosing the right therapist, trainer, and the right kind of workshop is very necessary. Truth 5, money has limits. Yeah, you heard it right. Let's talk honestly. Money is important and therapy has an income ceiling. Your income depends upon how many clients you see and your time is limited. Now, how to make a shift in that area? Think about workshops, training, online programs, consultations. Otherwise, your growth stops. And this is where I transformed my income bandwidth. I started off as a therapist, but over a period of time, I became a trainer of hypnotherapy. And within a matter of 2 years, I'd taken a leap in my income almost 5 times in these 2 years. And that made me very comfortable to have the freedom. And also, it helped me increase the number of clients I had, because when I did the trainings, a lot of people would become my clients who had attended my training programs. This also added to my credibility, my growth, my reputation as a therapist. In my online training programs and workshops which I conduct now, I train people not only in building their skills, but I also help therapists build their practice. And as this is where most therapists get stuck, become confused, and they are at a loss how to move ahead now. I use automation skills that help me scale up my business, and I believe it is necessary for all therapists to dabble in this. So start with this question. So ask yourself this question: do I want to build a career, scale up rapidly, or just trade my time for some money and remain insecure? Or just trade my time for money and struggle with financial insecurity? Because that's the truth about being a therapist. A lot of them suffer from financial insecurity. Truth number 6, this is also customer service. Being a therapist is not just a therapy, it's also a service. Having the client feel comfortable and safe, replying to their messages, managing expectations, creating a safe environment. You are not just a healer, you are delivering an experience. While healing the client is the most primary intention and non-negotiable deliverable for which the client has sought you, but along with that, managing your emotions, communication and behaviors that the client feels understood, feels safe and taken care of, plays a huge role in having the client have a positive experience and also the client coming in for repeated sessions. And that's important. And that can only happen when you manage the client well and you're managed yourself too. Truth number 7, you have freedom. Here's the empowering side. You have independence. You choose your style, your approach, your methods. In many ways, you are your own system. Having said this, I recommend that you choose the style that serves you the best and also the kind of therapy that you feel you're very comfortable in conducting, which helps to serve and support the client. I personally have dabbled in many holistic therapies and there are lots of them. Somatic therapy, hypnotherapy, past life regression therapy, neuro-linguistic programming, gestalt therapy, inner child therapy, trauma healing, EFTs, family constellation, law of attraction, and I'm also a trainer of Tai Chi and Qigong, visualization, many of them. I've also dabbled in various branches of psychology like transactional analysis and gestalt, as I mentioned, and also along with neuroscience. I've been practicing Tai Chi and Qigong for last 26 years. I've dabbled in martial arts. I've attended holotropic breathing, vipassana, and many other spiritual practices, which helps me a lot in using mindfulness, forgiveness, mindful movements, breathing techniques, awareness, and integrate all this in my therapeutic modality, in my therapy session, which gives excellent results and very quick results. And that also helps clients to have a sense of safety and a sense of surety that going to Dr. Rajiv Naidu also means that I would get healed fast. But remember, I have put in the effort and the discipline to have that freedom. Truth number 8, the field is evolving fast. Mental health is changing. The traditional model, one therapist to one client, isn't working anymore. The future includes telehealth, digital therapy, AI support, scalable mental health systems. If you're entering this field, adapt early. This is where everything is going. Gain some knowledge in the digital and the AI field. That's my recommendation. Dabble in the social media. It's a way of positioning and branding yourself. Of course, you can and should outsource them at some time, but before that, I would recommend that have some basic knowledge, gather some basic knowledge by working in it for your understanding, for your clarity. I've seen it. It reduces a lot of confusion and also knows whom and how to outsource. I have done that. Truth number 9, by following your passion, also follow the demand. Remember, therapy is also market and some areas are growing rapidly. Trauma, addiction, child mental health, relationships, marriage, parenting, health and wellness, life coaching. If you want impact and income, then specialize where the demand is. Of course, your passion will make all the difference, not just the demand. If you're passionate and you do it wholeheartedly, keeping the interest of your client in your mind, you will grow well and you will grow fast. Truth number 10, very important. Read, study, stay updated and experiment. One of the biggest mistakes that therapists make is believing that their degree or their certifications are enough. That's not true. Mental health is constantly evolving. New branches are opening up, new modalities are opening up. New research, trauma models, neuroscience, somatic therapies, healing approaches are changing the field rapidly. And the best therapists never stop learning. They read, they study, they stay curious, and they experiment. That's their strength. And the most important, they adapt according to the client who's sitting in front of them. Because every client is different. What helps one client may not help the another. A great therapist does not just collect certificates. They develop depth, observation, emotional intelligence, and clinical intuition. And most importantly, study yourself too. Because the deeper you understand yourself, you understand your feelings, your emotions, your nervous system, your mind, the more powerfully you will be able to help others and also manage yourself well. So here's the truth. Being a therapist is not easy. It will challenge you, humble you, stretch you emotionally. But if you stay grounded, it will also transform you. And if you do it diligently and strategically, you will not only have name, fame, but also get prosperity very soon. If you're a therapist, what's something you wish you knew earlier? What are the truths that really resonated with you? And if you're a newcomer, how did you find this video? Drop your feedback in the comment section. If you want deeper insights in therapy, healing, and building a powerful practice, subscribe, because this work matters more than ever. All the best.